Hi, I'm Amanda Wilson. I'm from the University of Newcastle and I'm in nursing and midwifery, and I'm very interested in interprofessional education. It's been a great conference. ANZAHPE is a wonderful resource because I can go and look at what's being done, especially in medicine, which really does lead the way in education, and I can adapt or steal all the interventions that I see. So it's been very, very interesting, and I've learned a lot. The workshops have been great, and I've met lots of very interesting people. So I'd highly recommend it to nursing, midwifery and other allied staff to come along and take part. Oh, this is my poster that I've just finished, and I'm just about to jump on the plane and go back to Newcastle, so I'm taking it with me. But it's a poster which is talking about adapting the Mini CX as an assessment tool for nursing and midwifery, which is an example of how I have adapted medicine's assessment criteria here, because we don't have a good assessment and certainly don't have anything like the Mini CX for clinical assessment. And we need something that's short and accessible and transportable, because certainly in our relatively small regional school we have 2,000 undergraduate nursing students, so it's very difficult to do good clinical assessment.
I'm Shannon Sada, I'm from Notre Dame University.
And I'm Bumi Malawa-Duli from James Cook University.
I found the plenary on the first day really interesting in terms of the community of practice framework that was being talked about, and I started having conversations with my colleague about it, and I thought she might have some interesting things to say.
Yeah, actually it resonated with me a lot. I think our process of quality assurance of our assessment process in a claim shows that we're really collaborating and providing a safe environment for the participants to actually feel they have a sense of belonging. We have the shared repertoire where we actually develop materials together and share them. We also create an environment where people can build trust and actually develop together in terms of professional development. So I thought that was good.
Exactly, and I think that's what ANZAHPE is all about.
Hi, I'm Venkat Reddy from the St Lucia Clinical Unit of the University of Queensland. This is my first ANZAHPE conference, and I'm absolutely enjoying it. I've been to so many good sessions. I've lost track right across the board at assessment, teaching and learning, how people learn. It's just been brilliant. Climate change, I just came out of a session on that. If I was to think back over the last couple of days of the session, that really struck me was the one on dangerous ideas in medical education. It was absolutely brilliant. The presenters came in t-shirts and jeans, and really they were kind of empowering us as the audience to think about how we could disrupt, how we could bring fresh and new ideas and have the confidence to do that into what we're doing. So I really found that quite useful, and I'll be taking at least the essence of that back with me to my work at the University of Queensland.
I'm Chris, work at Adelaide Health Simulation, here at ANZAHPE today over the week. Attended a few really good talks, a few presentations, a few on one topic that's really struck me. That's around remediation, around failure to fail, and then giving constructive feedback, guiding students through reflection so that they can grow in their learning, stuff like that. So yeah, a few key things I've taken away. Just how important it is that we have systems in place that we can pick up students who are struggling, and then we pick them up early, and then we give really constructive feedback, and investing in them early can usually help them down the track, and they don't become a problem down the track. Whereas if we leave it and we don't pick them up, and we don't address things, then it can become a really big problem down the track, legally and ethically and just messy. But then, yeah, some things on really constructive feedback, how to really engage students in their learning, give them really good feedback principles, some of the pedagogy behind experiential learning and how to give constructive feedback. Really helpful for me just as I think about debriefing groups as well in simulation, but especially focus around the struggling students. I've learned heaps about that. Yeah.
Hi, my name's Jacqueline Kirkman. I'm from Deakin University in Warm Ponds in Victoria in the optometry department, and I just attended a session on staff and student burnout and strategies to avoid that, and it was incredibly valuable. I think because it was in a workshop format, what was absolutely fantastic was to be able to actually gain insights and perspectives from others and what they're doing, and it's given me a lot of thoughts and ideas about how we can approach it in our department, and it's just something that's so vital in the academic world and for our students, so it was fantastic.
Kia ora, my name is Tanisha and I've been co-running a workshop with Carly Johnson here at ANZAHPE on burnout and well-being and how we can basically prevent ourselves from getting to that burnout space, both within ourselves as clinicians, as educators, as healthcare professionals, and also as students. It's really important to us that we sort of look to those innovative spaces for how we can move things forward. And today's workshop was packed. There was really great engagement. We had all kinds of activity stations. Over to my right here, there's a great big mess where people just had a lot of fun engaging in lots of art, creating stuff. And the point of that station in particular was, this one was about building a tower as a team, so working as a team. And the art station was an altruism one around creating an art piece for someone you love. We had quite a few key points that came out in our discussions around what we can do in terms of mentorship, scaffolding people through actually identifying opportunities before we reach pointy spaces, before we get to those opportunities for burnout. Like, how can we recognise those spaces in the curriculum where we can inject something that is of use to our students to be able to send them on a different pathway. And some of that discussion actually went around, are people feeling like their key desires are being met, like their key goals are being met, and other things centred more around actual strategies, just giving people some strategies to work with, some timely strategies. It was things such as asking someone, how are you now? And all the way through to, have you tried this meditation technique, or have you tried this or that? And yeah, it was really cool.